Hey guys, it's McKernan again. I do own more than one shirt. I just decided to do 3 videos in a row because my kind of head's a bit like that. I just kind of get something into my head and go for it. I want to tell you a story about Mary. Mary is a wife of a client of mine. I end up working with a lot of people, and I actually probably one of the greatest compliments ever is to get referred to a family member. I think it's somebody to trust their family with you is pretty amazing. But this lady came to a base camp and maybe doing some additional stuff with me, but leaving that aside, I remember meeting her one day, and it became quite obvious that she was not enjoying her job. She's an accountant, and she commuted for an hour and a half each way to work and back. And there was some communication challenges between the couple, and a couple of little, sniping comments about, the house being clean and this being clean and all that. And he had a different setup. He was basically working from home, kind of chose his own hours, and he's worked hard to create that environment, okay? And Mary, looking from the outside, was basically seeing that he had all this time and was kind of thinking, well, maybe he should be cleaning the house and so on and so forth. But of course, that issue really isn't the issue. It's always what's really driving that. It's like I say quite often, as you walk into the kitchen, you hit your shin against the dishwasher, which has been left open. You freak out and you scream and shout, but it's disproportionate to what's actually happened. So what's really going on? Maybe it's something to do with the fact that you just spent 8 hours in a crappy job. Maybe the fact you just sat in traffic. Maybe the fact that you're not making enough money and regretting that, or maybe you have a regret that you haven't addressed, or so on and so forth. Maybe you're a victim and you don't know about it. But when it came down to it, I said to her, really, when it comes to getting a cleaning person in to look after the house, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours a week, which, by the way, they could afford to do and would create a lot of peace of mind, and I would just get that off the table. She resisted that. And I said to her, who would be the most challenging person to have that conversation with? She goes, what do you mean? I said, if you're telling somebody that you have a cleaning person coming into your house now once a week or twice a week or whatever it happens to be, who would the most challenging person to be to tell that? And it turns out that it would be her mother. The challenge of sitting down and telling her mother this was actually quite all-consuming to her. And the reason being was it's a cultural thing, because her mother didn't do it and her mother would have frowned upon it. And therefore, she was embarrassed and challenged around this because, again, we're seeking approval and love from our parents all the time, and we don't want to disappoint them. So I said to her, where's your culture? And where are you from? She says, I'm Greek. And I said, all right, okay. So excuse my ignorance, but I don't know much about Greek history and mythology. But I mean, hundreds of years ago, did Greek women drive and commute for an hour and a half each way to a crappy job they hated, to spend 8 hours in an office and then come home and clean their house? She goes, well, of course not. And I said, I know they didn't. And of course, what we do is we inherently take this stuff from our parents, this pressure, either genuinely or we just make it up. And we carry it and we allow it to affect decisions that basically free up our own peace of mind and to improve our communication, our relationships. Just a story about how we can allow our parents' potential disapproval get in the way of what we actually want to do today, even on a small level when it comes to cleaning a house, but it really represents something more significant. So that's my story about Mary, and she won't hopefully mind me sharing the story because I didn't use her second name. Thank you.